Welcome to the Best of Beaver County, presented by St. Barnabas, a weekly segment dedicated to putting the focus on the amazing things and the amazing people behind them in Beaver County. The Best of Beaver County is sponsored by and content is provided by St. Barnabas. The show airs every Thursday from 11 to 11:30 on WBVP, WMBA, 99.3 FM, and Facebook Live. Now, with no further ado, let's welcome host Mike Romigh to introduce today's program.
Good morning and welcome to the Best of Beaver County radio show on the St. Barnabas Radio Network. I'm Mike Romigh. We have a very special guest tonight. I think you can see him on camera already. Since 1900, St. Barnabas has been focused on increasing the quality of life by caring for people in southwest Pennsylvania. And today in Allegheny, Beaver, and Butler counties, we offer a full continuum of care for our residents, patients, and retirement communities. The St. Barnabas Health System has developed into a visionary leader in the healthcare industry through compassionate and quality care, offering an array of unparalleled healthcare services from skilled nursing to extensive memory care activities and programs. Additionally, the medical center has world-class doctor and dentistry teams where patients can receive a full range of services under one roof that also include rehabilitation, home health and home care, hospice care, and palliative care. In building upon its heritage, St. Barnabas continues to reach those in need and live out its mission through individual and institutional services that promote the health, education, and social needs of others. Men and women are invited to join in the work of Christian caring, healing, and teaching as we bear witness to our founder's reminder, God is able. We are really looking forward to having a conversation with our next guest. He is a kind of a historical figure, as it has been part of the music scene for the last 5 decades, more than 5 decades. Please join me in welcoming Beaver County's own Jimmie Ross. Jimmie,
Mike.
good to see you once again.
Nice to see you again.
So great that you're able to come out and do these sort of things with us, because I always enjoy talking with you and reminiscing.
Still doing it, Mike.
I know. You were telling me that 57 years?
57 years.
Jimmie Ross and the Jaggerz, with the Skyliners, with Cooper and Ross.
That's right.
How many different people did you work with over the years?
That's about it.
That's it?
Right
but
there,
you've had
yeah.
success with all those bands.
Oh, yeah. I've been very fortunate.
57 years.
57 years.
As the Jaggerz, with the Jaggerz?
As the Jaggerz.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is incredible. Now, you came out of school, Hopewell?
Hopewell High School, played in a band.
Yeah.
And after high school, put a little band together and start playing weddings and things like that.
Yeah.
And then I was actually 21 when I joined the Jaggerz.
Now, you joined the Jaggerz. You were a bass player, right?
I was a bass player and one of the lead singers. We had 3 lead singers in the Jaggerz. So we were very fortunate.
You, Donnie, and
Billy Mabry.
Billy Mabry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, and how many albums did they?
We did.
Jaggerz
We did 3 albums, and I have about 7 CDs that we've done.
Okay.
Yeah.
That one song that you guys did with Wolfman Jack, that was never a hit for you, right?
No, thank God. He actually sang the rapper.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
I think Benny's son, Jimmie Fayella,
Right.
sent me that.
Right.
And,
Well, we did that in California with him, and he was a great guy. A lot of fun, a lot of fun. He didn't take anything seriously,
Yeah.
But we did a whole album with him.
Did you really?
Yeah, we did. We
You
did.
still have those tapes?
I still have the album.
Yeah.
The album.
The album.
Right.
Is that Wolfman on the cover with
Oh,
you guys?
yeah.
Okay, interesting. So you got together, you played trombone in high school?
No,
band?
I played tuba.
Tuba.
Actually,
in a high
I
school
played
band.
tuba in Hopewell High School band. Yeah.
Can you still play tuba?
I don't know. I haven't
haven't
played
done
for a while. Actually, I played a couple songs on our second album, on the album that the rapper's on. There was 2 songs on there that we threw a tuba in there. So.
Yeah.
That's probably the last time I played, I think.
How was the transition to bass? How did you make that transition?
I always liked the bass guitar. Just picked one up, and since I was a tuba player playing the bass, it just was hand in hand.
You did that little dun 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 dun.
Oh, you got that, huh? Yeah, right.
You'd be able to play that Temptation
Right,
song?
sure. Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. So, and then things just took off. You hooked up with Donnie and Benny
And Benny and Billy, and we all got together and we played about about a half a mile up the street here at the Club Natural. That's where we first started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you packed them in.
Every night, 6 nights a week.
Right?
6 nights a
You
week.
were the house band.
Yeah, we were the house band for 6 nights a week. And then on a Sunday, we would travel to a college. So we were working 7 days a week for years.
Yeah.
We did that for years until we started recording, you know.
When did you discover it, and how did you guys get discovered?
You mean...
Did somebody come into the Club Natural or one of these places and say, hey, I've got to talk to you
Well,
guys?
Joe Rock, who was the manager of the original Skyliners, came to Club Natural and heard us play one night and came back the second night and talked to us about, you know, management. And that's when we got with Joe Rock, and from there on we got the record deals, and, you know, it just...
You weren't playing original material at the time. What kind of covers were you?
No, we were doing all R&B.
Okay.
R&B, that's what we started out doing. And then we branched out to a lot of other different songs and then start writing our own songs, you know.
Okay. So you were the original average white band. Bunch of white guys playing.
Kind of, yeah, we were.
Playing R&B.
Right, yeah.
People love that kind of music.
Oh, yeah,
And is that what you patterned it after once you started writing music together?
And we still do that now. We still do a lot of R&B flavored songs now, you know. Yeah.
I know at one point over the years you said something about what they call beach music or shag music down in the Carolinas. Did you guys used to play down there, playing that kind of stuff?
We never played there. We were in Tennessee a few times, but never the Carolinas. But yeah, we did a couple beach tunes in there with, you know, people dancing. They love that kind of stuff. Yeah. So yeah, we got into that a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And how did you guys form together? How did you guys fit in terms of, you know, you had different personalities, different performers? We
never had a fight. In 10 years, we never had any kind of argument or anything like that. We were all on the same page, which is really, you know, that's pretty strange for, you know, 6 guys to get together to think the same way. And, you know, it was, we had a lot of fun.
But you had 3 singers. Was that ever a
3
problem?
lead singers? No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy's voice was good for this song. This guy's voice was good for this song, you know.
And when you started writing those songs together, did you write them together or separately?
We wrote them together and individually too.
Yeah. And the hits, the biggest one for the Jaggerz was the Rapper.
The Rapper. Donnie wrote that song. We put it together. We had an office in New Brighton at that time.
Was it at Jerry's?
No, it wasn't at Jerry's. It was on a side street in New Brighton. We had a little office, and that's where we put most of the second album together. Yeah.
Now, what is that like? Because you're not on a stage, and everybody thinks, you know, the life's a stage and all that stuff. But there's work behind.
There's a lot of work. Yeah, a lot of work. But it's also a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You know, you got to keep it fun, and it just came to us so natural. It was just, it was great.
I did pull something up here. I wanted to ask you about. In the context of lyrics and songs that you wrote, because you posted this one on your Facebook page not too long ago, and I thought, wow, this is incredible. She'd rather go to a drive-in movie where the popcorn short is groovy. A little help from milk chocolate should see the results I get. Call my baby Candy. She's sweet as can be.
That's right. That's right.
So that in an off street apartment in New Brighton.
Yeah.
Donnie are sitting
well,
around.
Donnie actually wrote the lyrics to that song. Yeah.
Okay.
I call my baby Candy. Yeah, it was kind of strange, but we loved it.
Okay.
We really liked it. Yeah.
Jimmie Ross is our guest from the Jaggerz, of course, and the Skyliners, and talking about 57-year career and the music of Beaver County, and everybody loves the Jaggerz. And we'll continue on the Best of Beaver County radio show on the St. Barnabas Radio Network.
It's been stated before that working at St. Barnabas is compassionate work with excellent career opportunities. In addition, we've heard when you enjoy what you're doing every day, it's not work. But don't take my word for it. Let's listen in to what motivates their employees.
Hello, my name is Emily Tahansky, and I love to be able to help others and knowing that I make a difference in a person's life.
Find out about the exceptional career opportunities St. Barnabas has to offer by visiting stbarnabashealthsystem.com/careers for more information, or by calling 724-444-JOBS. That's 724-444-5627. Find out why St. Barnabas is apart from the ordinary.
This is the Best of Beaver County radio show on the St. Barnabas Network. Talking with Jimmie Ross, vocalist and recording artist. Jimmie is the best of Beaver County, without a doubt. And after 57 years, still going strong, still performing. And you were telling me before we went on the air, Jimmie, that you have more dates scheduled for this year than you've had in a long time.
I'm actually turning down shows for this year. I never thought I'd do that, but yeah, it's crazy out there, you know.
People want to hear the music. People want to hear the Jaggerz, see the Jaggerz.
Yeah, and I think the COVID thing had a lot to do with this.
Yeah.
You know, people were so cooped up all that time. Now they're ready to party again. You know?
And in between gigs with the Jaggerz, or when you were recording with Cooper and Ross, or with the Skyliners, touring with the Skyliners, after all that, you are also a photographer. I don't think a lot of people know that you used to do wedding photography.
That was years ago, yeah. I did that for 30 years. 30 years. I loved it.
Yeah, and then computers came along, right?
But yeah, right.
Digital pictures and all that stuff.
Everybody has a phone.
Yeah, right.
You know?
Everybody takes a picture. So when that came about, and then they started putting Kodak cameras, Instamatic cameras on people's tables and stuff like that.
Exactly.
So did you see the writing on the wall for that?
Yeah. Actually, I'm glad I retired when I did.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't do it anymore because the Jaggerz started getting more jobs and more shows and things like that. So I was burning a candle at both ends. You know?
Okay. Are you surprised by the longevity of the Jaggerz?
I've always tried to make it a classy act. Great music, danceable songs, and you know, we've had a lot of success record-wise. Our second album has been put on 60 albums around the world.
How's that?
People just put put different songs from the second album. They just like those songs.
Okay.
And it's on compilation albums all over the world. Plus, did you know, Mike, that the second album and the rapper has its place at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland?
I think I saw you standing there in front of
I walked in one day and went into this side room, and I hear this music. And my wife said, "Did you hear that?" And I said, I can't. The closer I got, it was the rapper playing. We go into this room, and there's a whole display of our second album and the single.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
What was the
I didn't
category?
even know it was in there.
Yeah, what category did they put it under?
It was in one-hit wonders.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Little do they know, though, that you had more than one hit, right?
And it's better to have one than none.
Yeah, that's for sure. So did you say to the people at the Rock Hall, hey, how come nobody called me? Why didn't you tell me?
Somebody should have called me.
Yeah, I would have come out.
It was great to see that. You know.
Yeah,
It was really great.
Is that going to be one of their displays that's going to be there for a long time?
I don't know how long it's going to be there, but it was there when I was there. You know.
Yeah.
And somebody told me that they saw it 2 years ago, so it's been there for a while.
Yeah.
You know.
You mentioned one-hit wonders, and obviously the rapper is the song that you're most associated with as far as the band is concerned. After that hit, and you guys traveled and bought the Lincolns and all that stuff, was it hard to try and recapture that?
Well, you know, you could have the best record in the world, and if it sits on your desk and nobody hears it, it's not going to go anywhere, you know. So I'm not blaming it totally on the record company, but, you know, there's a lot of things. If they don't do their job, the record doesn't get out.
Yeah.
You know, nobody hears it.
Yeah, and I've heard that from a lot of artists.
Yeah.
Where they say the company's not behind it; they're not pushing it.
Right.
And
we were very, very fortunate to have a #1 record. You know, it's just unbelievable.
Yeah. What's that like when it hits? Where were you when you first heard that it's the #1 hit? Because we have pictures here in the studio with you and Sam Nicotero.
Oh, yeah, Sam,
with a gold record on it.
I think we were in Iowa or somewhere like that on a show, somewhere,
Yeah.
and that's when the guys called and said that it's #1 to come to New York, and they were going to present us with the record.
Yeah. Joe Rock, your manager, he was quite a character.
He was,
Yeah, and
he also managed the Skyliners.
Okay. Yeah.
And he wrote "Since I Don't Have You" for the Skyliners.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh,
He was
okay.
half writer, Jimmie
Yeah.
Beaumont, and wrote the other half.
Okay. Talk about that, because you left the Jaggerz to go with the Skyliners. Was Joe behind that saying, hey, Jimmie, this is a rock and roll band. You probably, it's going to fizzle out before
He was,
long.
exactly that. Yeah, he called me on the phone and said that 2 of the original members of the Skyliners were leaving the group, and would I like to come and join the Skyliners? At that time, it was 1975. So I went with the Skyliners from 75 to 80. So I was with them for 5 years. But that's more of the show business type thing that I wanted to get into. And playing
Dinner
places
theaters.
like
And
Ciro's Top of the Mall
Yeah,
up there,
sure.
and then
Yeah.
we played the Copa in New York. We played the Madison Square Garden, and a lot of different places.
yeah, you like to dress. You like to get up on
Yeah,
stage.
I like that.
Put on a
Yeah.
classy act.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, very good. And the time with the band, because I suppose with the Jaggerz, you're one of the top 2 guys. Although you had 6 guys, but it was basically you and Donnie, right? I
yeah.
don't want to say that because Jimmie's out there.
Yeah.
Benny's out there listening.
Yeah,
No,
oh,
Benny
sure.
was a big part of it.
He sure was. He
Yeah.
was one of the originals.
Yeah, right. And you're the last original.
I'm the last of the Mohicans.
Yeah, because Benny's not able to go out on tours with you anymore.
Right. He retired now.
Yeah, and the band a couple of years ago, you renamed it Jimmie Ross and the Jaggerz.
Right.
You have a recognizable name, obviously, and the Jaggerz are recognizable. I keep seeing that Donnie is celebrating his 80th birthday.
He is.
And they're going to do a show with him on his 80th birthday. I don't want to ask how old you are. You're still looking very youthful. You still move around on the stage. And
I'm
still
77.
77 years old.
Yeah.
Huh? Did you think 57 years ago?
Never.
This
Mike,
is going to be my job.
When you're 21, 22, you don't think,
Yeah.
you can't think down the road that far, And just, I can't believe it. I just can't believe it. I can't believe Donnie's going to be 80.
I know.
Either.
Because you see him, and I haven't seen him for a while, but you see him, he's still, when we were young, when we were kids, somebody who was 65 was old, right?
That's right.
And now, 77, 80, all the other stars, they're still out there doing tours, moving around the stage. What happened?
I don't know, man.
Yeah. Do you ever look back and say, where'd it go? What happened?
Every day. Every day I look back and say, where'd that time go? But I had such good memories of those days, and just was a great time to be in a band back then.
And still is, right?
Yeah, it still is.
Was it? Would you say it just made your dreams come true?
Absolutely.
Little guy in a band from Hopewell High School.
Absolutely. Yeah, I loved music and I got into that. And after Hopewell, I went to Youngstown University for a while at Dana School of Music, and then is when I got with the Jaggerz.
Do you have a favorite show outfit costume that you wear? I know you don't do the sequin thing like Elvis, but
No.
but you do dress snappy on the stage. You
I
don't come out
try.
there in jeans.
No,
Although
no.
over the years I have seen different pictures
Well,
of you with Beatle hair and mustaches. Good Fu Manchu going there.
In the hippie days.
Yeah.
Well, we kind of changed with the times back then, but
Yeah.
I always stayed with our roots, the R&B.
75 to 80, did you say?
75
With
to
the
80
Skyliners?
With the Skyliners, right?
That was during the disco years.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was.
So, rock music at that time kind of took a back seat to disco, but the Skyliners weren't playing disco at the time.
No. We went to Florida and recorded an album down there with, I can't remember the guy's name, but he was famous.
KC and the Sunshine Band. No.
Yeah. But we were down there. We recorded an album. We went to Detroit and recorded some things with and Philly. We recorded there too, but always recording. Trying to come up with different sounds for different songs.
Yeah. You have any regrets?
No.
You just kept on plugging along.
Oh yeah.
You always found another place, another group.
Yeah, it was always
Another song.
Yeah, and always great for me. I was very fortunate to have the musical thing that I had, and still do.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And you're still recording.
Still recording. Just did a thing on my own called Statue of a Fool.
I did see that, yeah.
And Impossible Dream.
Okay.
I did that too.
Okay.
Those are two songs that I've been wanting to do for years, and just got lazy there for a while and decided to record them.
Yeah. Okay. And I've seen the videos on Facebook. Where can other people see those things? On your Facebook page?
On YouTube
On
and
YouTube?
my Facebook page.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now, those are classic songs.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I love those songs. That Statue of a Fool was originally done by David Ruffin from The Temptations. And I always liked that song, you know, so I always wanted to record it. Finally got a chance to record it at Danny Page's studio in Midland. He has a great little studio down there.
Okay.
And so we got a nice sound out of there, and I'm real proud of that.
Excellent. Excellent. And your favorite song of all the ones that you've recorded, written over the years, do you have one that, you know, is like your child that you're always going to protect that?
Gotta Find My Way Back Home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Classic, beautiful
I didn't
song.
write that, but Mervyn and Melvin wrote that.
Mervyn and Melvin.
But it was done in Philadelphia under the Gamble and Huff studio, and produced by Gamble and Huff. So
Mervyn and Melvin Steels,
Yeah.
and they still live in the county.
and they're still writing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Philly sound. You had mentioned the Temptations, you mentioned some other people. You guys really gravitated towards that.
Yeah. Yeah, we did. I think back then when we started, Beaver County was more into that, you know, and then it changed after a while to a lot of people start liking country, which I love country.
Do you?
But it started changing a little bit. But Beaver County back then was always an R&B, Temptations, Four Tops, Delphonics, you know, groups like that.
Yeah.
That was happening.
Country. Now, I saw a clip of the Jaggerz with Jimmie Ross playing at the Hopewell VFW, and you were singing "God Bless the USA."
Right,
Yeah,
right.
so-
when you're the VFW, you
Right.
got to do that, Mike.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, we do that almost every show now.
Okay.
Yeah, I love the song.
Yeah.
And it gets a great reaction, and yeah.
It means something to you when people get up and dance. A lot of bands, when they're playing some of these venues, they don't want the distraction of people getting up and dancing. But that's what you try and do.
Make
get them
them
out
dance.
there. Yeah.
Make them dance. Make them have fun. You know, that's the whole thing. When they leave, you know, they say, "I had a great time."
Yeah.
That's
One
it.
of the things you were telling me earlier is that the songs of the Jaggerz and maybe your other stuff are still being recorded and sampled, and even your voice is being lifted for other groups. You were saying Rihanna, who sang at the Super Bowl, obviously, her husband.
Her husband had a big album that sold millions. Took my voice off of "Gotta Find My Way Back Home,"
Okay.
and used it. He sampled it, and it's on one of his songs on that album,
Okay.
which is cool.
Yeah.
You know.
Do they have to get in touch with you prior to doing
No.
that sort of thing?
No,
They just
don't
send the
have-
checks.
Yeah, just send the money.
That's always an interesting thing. And you don't know about it until some royalty check comes in the
Until it
mailbox.
comes out. But once in a while, you'll get a notice from a company
Yeah.
saying that so and so wants to record your, and they want the permission to. You know.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And it takes not only talent, but smart people working with you to say, you know, this song was recorded in 1966, and they're using it in 2023.
Yeah.
You have to have people watching out for that, ASCAP or BMI or any of those other places to
Yeah.
say, oh, wait a minute, that was the Jaggerz, and that's Jimmie Ross's voice you're using. You have to pay him.
That's what they do. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why there's an ASCAP and BMI. Yeah.
Okay. All right, very good. And so for this year coming up, now you're going to be playing all over Beaver County.
Yeah, we got a lot of. This is the tour of Beaver County this year. You know, I wrote some things.
Yeah,
down
tell
here.
us about it.
June 9th, we'll be at the Beaver Falls Turners right down the
Right,
street
yeah.
here.
You played there last year.
Yeah, that's right.
For the car
And-
cruise, just before the car cruise, right?
And then July 29th is Hopewell Park, and we played there last year too. That was a great venue. We're back at the San Rocco Festival.
Can you pass up the San Rocco
You
Festival?
can't, no, because I'm Italian, so I got to do that. Love the people there. And let's see. Well, this isn't in Beaver County, but we'll be in Newcastle August 27th. back at the Ambridge big festival that they have over there on September 2nd.
It's Saint, there's so many churches.
Good Samaritan.
Good Samaritan, okay.
And October 28th, back at the Hopewell VFW.
Yeah.
Yeah, love the people up there. We just worked there last week. It was great.
You said, what, 400 people?
Yeah, close to that.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
That's
really,
incredible.
really, really good. Yeah.
Does that surprise you? 400
I hate
people.
to say yes, but I'll say no. No, I love when the people come out like that. You know, hometown people, there's no place like home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just great playing Beaver County every year.
And everybody knows you.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's the thing. You know, you're trying to get on stage and people are
It's
talking
like
to
that thing, you want to know where everybody knows your name, you know?
It. Yeah, yeah. And now, when we were talking about the Jaggerz, you said, you know, the record company didn't push the other. Is it a problem? Was it a problem? You know, you guys are Beaver County. Why don't you move to L.A.? Why don't you move closer to New York, where all the action is taking place in the recording industry?
We had a chance to move to L.A. one time, but naturally we didn't take it. I don't know exactly what happened back then, but you never know, you know.
Yeah.
If we would have moved out there, what would have happened, you know? But we had a chance. At that time, the Osmond brothers were huge. They were huge, and they were a huge Vegas act.
Yeah.
So somebody wanted us to go out there, and we could open for the Osmonds at Tropicana or somewhere like that. We decided not to go, you know.
I mean, how can you compete with the Osmond brothers?
Yeah, I know, but, you know, we were going to open for them, and that would just led to something bigger and better, you know.
Yeah.
But instead of that, we went on the road and did some big shows with other people, B.J. Thomas, and, you know, we did Milwaukee Stadium with Beach Boys, the Supremes, Andy Kim back then, and there's a bunch of other people.
Right. What memories do you have of those places?
I can go on and on. How much time we have?
Well, we're just about out of time. But I asked you beforehand, how about the book? Is there ever going to be a book come out?
No, I don't think I've.
Yeah. What's left for you?
Oh, man.
What do you want to do? Is there anything else, one more dream that you have, something else on your bucket list?
I want to keep recording, doing some things, you know. And we're just so busy. The band is so busy doing these shows, especially this year. I don't know what's going to happen after this, you know. But
well, 77. You're still a young kid.
oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mike.
I just saw Joe Namath. He was hawking a product, some kind of muscle relaxing type thing that you rub on your hands. So
Joe, he used to come down to see us. Well, when we were at the Club Natural 6 nights a week, we would rehearse 3 afternoons that week, and Joe would be there sitting at the bar drinking with his friends in the afternoon. So we got a chance to know him real good.
I'm thinking Joe wasn't 21 at the time.
Probably not.
I think he only lived about 6 blocks away from the Club Natural at the time.
Yeah,
so great stuff, great memories. Always good to have you on the program, and birthday celebrations and 57 years, 60 years will be coming about, and I always look forward to seeing the Jaggerz and to seeing you, Jimmie.
Thank you, Mike. It's always good to be with you.
Is there a place, again, your Facebook page, you have a website?
Facebook is Jimmie Ross, and our it's not on the website, but it's what do you call it? Where you could see, where you
like
could hear those
TikTok?
songs.
Oh, YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube.
Yeah. Classic music from the Jaggerz and the Skyliners, Cooper and Ross. He's made a lot of great music over the years, and we're proud to call him a friend and have him here on the show. Thank you, Jimmie. It's always good to see you.
Thank you.
All right, Jimmie Ross on the Best of Beaver County radio show. I'm Mike Romigh. Enjoy the music, and again, look it up on YouTube and his Facebook page. Friend him, Jimmie Ross, and find out their schedule coming up this year, because they're going to be performing a lot of shows around the area. This is the Best of Beaver County on St. Barnabas Radio Network. I'm Mike Romigh. Please join us again next time. Stay safe.
When you think about retirement, what images come to mind? Why not let yourself imagine enjoying an exceptional retirement lifestyle at the Village at St. Barnabas in Gibsonia? Attainable luxury can become yours because the Village has no large upfront fees, and it's based on a simple annual no-risk contract. The only decision to make is when to move in. Call 724-443-0700 or click stbarnabashealthsystem.com.
Thank you for listening to the Best of Beaver County. St. Barnabas is pleased to have provided content and sponsorship for the program. Tune in this Sunday at 11:30 for an encore presentation of today's program on Beaver County Radio. And next Thursday at 11 for another edition of the Best of Beaver County on WBVP, WMBA, and 99.3 FM.